Unlocking your greatness. My friends, let's talk about fearlessness. I have a blueprint right here, and so much could be said about fear. It's a really hard thing to really understand and feel inside of us. But this blueprint, I want to talk about our relationship to fear. And our relationship to fear really determines our success, our light in life, my friends. Your success in life is determined by your relationship to fear, and let's talk about that a little bit. I might tie this in to the Trinity of Manifestation because fearlessness is a massive theme throughout each aspect of the manifestation pyramid. And it's also, I want to dive into some Hermetic philosophy, but I want to start with the key. The Spartans had this idea of esoterica harmonia. And this esoterica harmonia means to be in unity with the true song of the soul, to remove all things superficial, to really let that true note sing. And my friends, when we're moving in fear, unconscious or consciously, what happens is we ascend to more superficial levels of being, superficial ways of expression. When we're locked in paradigms of fear, we cannot have honest self-expression. Therefore, our originality is blocked. Okay? Esoterica harmonia, my friends, in this Spartan warriorship way, really addresses fear in the body. Now, fear, they saw the body as a factory of fear, and I think they're right. The body holds fear. The body holds fear, okay? And, you know, I'm coming out with this document on a whole bunch of different systems for the Trinity of Manifestation, and within that, there's this part on fearlessness meditation, holding yourself in the countenance of strength, in the countenance of confidence, of unstoppability, holding your body open and expansive, right? And starting to breathe and releasing the tension in your ankles, in your knees, in your hips, really allowing yourself to relax and let go and let the body expand. You see, fear creates contraction in the body. Fear creates contraction in the body. And the law of correspondence from the Hermetics, you know, is as above, so below, and as below, so above. By holding and addressing fear in the body, by holding our body open, right, our mind will follow suit. Our mind will become open and become fearless. If we want to go through the Trinity of Manifestation and set intentions fearlessly, act fearlessly, right, dissolve fearlessly, well, to think fearlessly, we must hold our body open and expansive. So while breathing, while deeply breathing, deeply relaxing and opening up the body, right? In that countenance of fearlessness, what happens is we get to notice where we're holding fear in the body, right? And by really addressing that, by really finding the fear in the body, finding the fear in your mind, right? What we can do is transmute that fear through the second law I want to address here, and that's the law of polarity. You see, fear marks the way. Fear marks the way to your greatness, okay? Imagine yourself in a fearless, honest expression of your truth. You would attract, like, man, abundance, alignment with meaning and purpose would be a consequence of just your way of beingness, because you're being so fearlessly you. Being fearlessly yourself is your key to originality. Have you ever seen that movie Bohemian Rhapsody, right? Freddie Mercury is just like fearlessly, outrageously himself. Utterly fearless. First time up on stage, just like letting himself shine through. And I'm sure he had fear. Fearlessness does not mean to not have fear. I like that word because it inspires this strength over fear. This fearless attitude, this attitude of utter courage, right? And by finding fear, you find something that is holding immense amounts of latent potential energy to be transmuted and unlocked, right? On the path, my friends, fear, for instance, for me, doing a live class or live stream, okay? I can sit with that fear. And sitting with that fear, I do that fearless meditation, which I described earlier, and I hold my body open in the countenance of fearlessness, in the countenance of confidence, of mastery. Hold your body like that, and your feelings and your mind will follow suit, right? And in doing that, I start to contemplate the action I'm about to take. I'm setting my intention, okay? When I'm contemplating the action, fear is gonna spring up. And watch where your body contracts, and consciously breathe into that area of the body and release the fear that is creating contraction in the body. And you will release the fear. You are self-triggering what it is that's holding you back, right? This fear that is blocking you from doing that, which is going to unlock immense amounts of energy and greatness into your life. So addressing it in the body and contemplating, setting intentions around the action in which you're going to do. Finding fear and leaning into it transmutes fear into courage. You see, fear is one of the most powerful forces in the being, the most powerful force of contraction. Fear creates contraction. Courage and faith create openness, create energy, create fuel. And here's the thing, getting back to the law of polarity point. I know there's a lot in here. The law of polarity states that hot and cold are opposites. But where does hot end and cold begin? Okay, where's the line? They're not actually different things. They are the same energy of temperature at different rates of vibration. Love and hate. Love can easily become hate so quickly, and hate into love so quickly, because they are the same emotion. They are the same exact energy at different rates of vibration, okay? The law of polarity is the key to internal and mental alchemy in the transmutation of fear into power and courage. You see, fear is the polarity of courage. They're the same energy. They hold immense amounts of energy inside the being. In fact, the most transformative energy in the being is associated with courage and fear. This is the fire from heavens, my friends. They're the same energy at different rates of vibration. So by finding our fear and willingly leaning into it, holding our body in the countenance of fearlessness, right? And transmuting it through that mental and emotional and internal alchemy, transmuting that fear into courage. Let your courage, let your aspiration rise up, and let that fear bubble up into this feeling of energy, of excitement, of courage, of ready and initiative into life. You hear what I'm saying here? Fear marks the path to your greatness, to your highest unfoldment. Fear is there, right? And furthermore, my friends, so fear can be transmuted into courage using the law of polarity. And this, my friends, this is really important in application, but only when we have self-awareness. You see, fear is the hardest thing to work with, and it's really hard to make this video about it because there's so much there and so much kind of mysterious about it. Fear is hard to work with because we often react to it or distract or resign to it. It's hidden in our psyche. Like, we don't even know what we're scared of. But just ask yourself, what do you love doing? Playing music. Okay. Go play music out on the streets. Go find people to play music with. Doing both of those things is probably going to invoke fear that's latent and it's holding down your paradigm. To break through your paradigm, my friends, is to literally find your fear, transmute it into courage using the formulas. There might be a link in the description to go get a free training guide that has a whole bunch of formulas going through meditations and whatnot to working with fear. And that fear, my friends, by facing fear, you become more and more self-reliant. You become more and more fearless. And furthermore, luck and courage are bedmates. They're partners. Luck often follows courage. And when we find a fear that's really holding down our paradigm, and we learn to transmute that into courage, into energy forward, right? And we step through that threshold, so much success and higher unfoldment will greet you. I want you to imagine your highest aspiration, okay? Aspiration is at the center of the triangle, and fearlessness is a theme throughout all the cycles of processing here. Find your aspiration. Imagine your image of glory, Imagine your highest potential, your highest destiny, even if you're just glimpsing it, even if it's very vague. Imagine your aspiration. Aspire with all your strength towards it, right? Aspire fearlessly. The next step, my friends, bring that down with faith. Have faith in that vision, that far off dream that you're walking towards. Have faith in that purpose. Know that purpose. Now set your intention for a way of being, a process or a creative work you want to do in alignment towards that. Set an intention for, the day of how can you start living into that dream? How can you live it now? Set intention. Intention is in meditation and contemplation. Meditate, get still, have faith, right? And set intention of how you want to feel throughout today, how you want to be throughout today, right? And contemplate you doing those things that maybe are scary. Maybe, your higher self is calling you to start making videos, maybe like putting yourself out there socially, maybe sharing your music or sharing, like your own work, or maybe organizing and leading something. Everything that holds fear and has resistance, like for me, like I couldn't imagine speaking on stage or leading one of these retreats that I really want to do, both of them, right? That fear, that resistance is that pressure for growth. Imagine yourself doing it fearlessly. Contemplate the creative work, the endeavor, and facing that fear. Contemplate it fearlessly. You must be fearless in your mind, because fear and doubt are the great enemies to knowledge. And the knowledge that you can do something and that it's within your nature to do something gives you the will to do it. The will to do it comes from the knowledge that one can do something. And you cannot have the knowledge that you can do literally fucking anything if fear is in your mind and body. When fear is in your mind and body, it creates contraction in the being. Fear creates contraction. Faith and courage create openness. When there's contraction, we are cut off from the higher frequencies of mind. When there's contraction, we are cut off from divine inspiration. When there's contraction, there's a feeling of stagnant or low energy, because by facing fears, you're actually going into the highest excitement of life, moving forward. Progress towards a worthy goal transforms everything. Everything I was just saying is in the Trinity of Manifestation document and master classes. Link in the description to sign up for information about that stuff, because there's a lot here. Moving into attention phase in the Trinity of Manifestation. Attention or action phase. How can you be you so fucking fearlessly? That's the question. My friends, this is why fearlessness throughout the whole Trinity unlocks your greatness. Because when you're taking action, if you're thinking and have intention around being you fearlessly, showing up to the gym and honestly expressing yourself, showing up to a community gathering and honestly expressing yourself, getting up on that musical stage, and being fearlessly yourself. This is esoterica harmonia, my friends. This is power. You see, power is not something that you have to build into the self. Power is innate within you, okay? Power is by being, comes from being in alignment with the truth of your nature, letting your own song from the depth of your soul sing forth. And that song cannot sing forth if we have fear about ways of expression, if we're contracted or repressed in how we express ourselves, in how we be as we are, right? If we have fear, we can't be as we are, because there's a feeling of needing to control things. There's a feeling of scarcity. There's a feeling of anxiety because we have fear about being as we are. So we can't be as we are. We think we need to be something else because we have fear, right? By being fearlessly you and practicing being fearlessly you, practicing that in just even how you clean your house, singing and moving in full expression. I practice this in martial arts, the honest expression of self. I practice this in ecstatic dance, trance dance for 2 hours in ways you've never moved before. Can you be fearlessly you? When you have faith and fearlessness go hand in hand. When you have faith, my friends, you become a window for the greater light. When you have faith, you become a window for the greater light. But he who tries to shine dims his own light. Well, to be a window would be to have utter faith in the light pouring through you, right? In the Most High working in you, and to be fearless in the expression of the true will, to be fearless in the expression of that energy, in the expression of your deepest nature, to be fearless in that. That creates esoterica harmonia, meaning internal harmony, meaning the fullness and the free expression of self, meaning your original power. You see what I'm getting at here, my friends? It all works together there. So by practicing being as you are, by practicing being you fearlessly in all things, by practicing how you are you being your fullest self, your fullest expression, or are you contracted, or you're trying to be a certain way, right? If you find that to be true, you can address that fear through practices in the document, such as meditating on fearlessness in the body, right? Also, meditations on faith and cultivating faith so you can step out of your own way. My phone's about to die here, my friends. So much has been said here. A lot of Hermetic philosophy, a lot on the Trinity of Manifestation. Go watch the last couple videos, starting at the ancient Alchemy of Manifestation, to go deeper in there. The final thing in the Trinity of Manifestation is the no tension aspect, the surrendering aspect, entering into limitless space. This is the place of transformation. This is the place where your beingness gets up-leveled, and without no tension, without dissolving the self, you cannot really unlock the next level. You cannot integrate into a higher level of beingness. So no tension requires you to die. You see, death is the gift we give up to God, and life is a gift we receive in return, right? By willingly going into a phase of surrendering, of dissolving self, of dissolving thoughts, of being neutral with feelings, neutral with ambitions, letting your dreams die, letting your form die, you're opening up space in the cup for a greater way of being, greater insight, inspiration, and manifestation. But you cannot die if you are not fearless in faith. Fearlessness in faith. If you are not fearlessness and trusting that you are going to go through these doors, you're going to move through the waters, but God has your hand. If you've ever read the Bible, like Hebrews chapter 11, so much of the Bible is about faith and fearlessness. Fearlessness to let yourself go. If you cannot die, you cannot be reborn. Your capacity to die is your capacity to live, and we cannot die if we don't have courage and faith. Faith and courage, my friends, are the themes. Faith and courage are your fuel. Faith and courage are everything when it comes to unlocking your greatness, my friends. Faith and courage unlock it all. Thank you for watching. If you guys want to work with me, link in the description where you can apply for a free one-on-one. I love it when you hit that like button. Let me know if you like this train of thought which we're working with. Trinity of Manifestation, Hermetics, and some deep internal philosophy. Hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification and drop a comment below, and just let me know what you think, where you want to go deeper, your own insights here, because fear, the philosophy around fear is an expanding idea. It's an expanding subject. Thank you so much for being here. I love all of you, and I really appreciate it when you hit that share button. It's a way you can just give back for the value you feel like you receive. Hit that share button, put it out there somewhere, Facebook group, send it to a friend it will impact. And also, finally, my friends, if you're still here, make sure to go join the Facebook group for those fearless warriors trying to claim sovereignty. Link in the description, and there I have a lot more exclusive and live streams that will get into these subjects. Love y'all so much. Peace.